Hi traders, welcome to this video. Today I want to talk about when it's the best time to buy and sell stocks. I observed that a lot of you have problems to buy into the market and exit the market on the right time. Sometimes a few people wait too long, so wait until the market is in a clear long uptrend and already rallied for some weeks, and they wait too long on market tops, so they start selling when the market is already in a clear downtrend for some weeks, and then they start to sell. But the thing is, you always want to start buying and selling on market turning points. You can see here the chart from the S&P 500, and you can also use the NASDAQ instead of the S&P 500. But what's the best point to buy and sell stocks? I will mark it here in the chart. You can see here this turnaround situations, and these are the best points to buy and sell stocks. That means when the general market is turning from a correction into a new uptrend, or turning from an uptrend into the correction. These are the points where the leading stocks break out and turn into new uptrends or top and start their correction. I will show you some examples in a minute. It's not simple to identify these turning points, but if you watch your watch list and the stocks on your watch list, and if you use some timing indicators, so for example the EMA 21 here or the EMA 65, or some external input like the market trend from Investor Business Daily, then you get some more information about the market turning points. Investor Business Daily has a concept of accumulation and distribution days, and they also rate the situation in the market for you. So they differentiate between a correction, a market under pressure, and a confirmed uptrend. And this is also very helpful to get more insights into the current market trend. I personally use different indicators, and but the most valuable input for me are the candidates on my watch list. I don't get into details here how I assess the market or how I get information from the market. I will just make sure that you understand when it's the best time to buy stocks. Okay, so market turning points are the best time to buy into the stocks, and you can see that always market turning points are given when the market breaks a down trend or breaks an uptrend, and this is something you definitely want to watch. So you want to watch if the market is able to break above the EMA 21 here and above the lines, the trend lines here. I just finished this drawing here. Of course, this is hindsight, so this is no real-time situation, but it will help you a lot to get more insights into the market trend. Okay, so now let's come to some examples. The first one I want to show you is NVDA. And when was the best time to buy NVDA? You can see here the stock broke out of a base pattern, of a long base pattern here, and it was the same time as the S&P 500. You can see in the small chart below here, was turning from a correction or sideways consolidation into a new uptrend. That was the right time to buy into NVIDIA. NVIDIA was one of the first stocks which broke out after the market finished its correction here or finished its consolidation. And it was also the right time, you can see it here, to sell NVIDIA when the market topped. So, and you can draw it into here. And you get several options to exit your NVIDIA position here. You can sell into the strength or you can sell into the weakness. The same one here with Ring, for example, on a much longer trend here. 2019, that was a bottom here. And Ring was able to outperform during the market correction and then build this double bottom pattern here. And as the market start a new uptrend, Ring broke out and you were able to buy into a long-term big uptrend. And the same here, Ring bottomed with the market, topped with the market here. And another example, AMD. AMD, I want to go a little bit more back, show you a situation here from 2018. Was the same situation here. AMD broke out of a correction here, or finished its correction, then broke out here with a market on new highs, and also topped with the market here in October 2018. Another recent example is Apple. You can see Apple here. Apple broke out to new highs with NVIDIA here in October last year. And and also topped, of course, with the S&P 500 or NASDAQ, because it's one of the biggest weightings in the NASDAQ. A smaller name, NVDA Energy here. You can see that here in 2019. NVDA was able to build a very nice cup and handle pattern here and broke out with the market after the correction. And topped a little bit later here. You can see that it topped in the sideways consolidation here. So you must have in mind, not every stock which broke out as soon as the market started a new uptrend will also top with the market. Some will top earlier and some will top later. But as soon as the market starts to build a top, you want to watch your stocks in your portfolio very, very closely, because 75% of all stocks will bottom and top with the market. Means that they move with the market. There are only a very, very few exceptions to this rule. Another one I want to show you is PODD. You can see PODD topped also with the market here in February 2020 and started a correction. So the thing is, what do you get out of this video? I want that you understand that it's not the best time to buy into stocks when the market already rallied for some time. I personally don't buy into into new positions if the market rally already for, say, 8 or 10 weeks or something. I only buy the leading stocks very early in a market uptrend. That means I'm interested in the first, say, 3-5 weeks. So in this situation here, this is the time when I start to buy new positions. And in the later trend, so when the market starts to top, this is the time to take profits, maybe to reduce positions, and start your defensive action and not to be aggressive. Because at that situation here, a lot of institutions already bought their positions. So the investment grade or the investment exposure from them is very high. So buying will decrease at that time. And this is not the time to buy stocks. Then it's better to wait for a correction in the market, which will always soon or later come. You can see here a 3-wave correction. So wait for a correction and then buy into the leading names as soon as the market starts to run again. And another thing you don't want to do is you don't want to dump all your stocks on a market correction or on a small market correction. So it's not your goal to sell all your positions as soon as the market starts to correct or starts to bottom. Instead you only want to be defensive. So watch your stocks and maybe sell a little bit, take a little bit of your profits from the table and start to get more defensive. Some of the really, really true market leaders will go sideways when the general market is in a small 7 or 10% pullback. So you want to hold on to those positions, and maybe you get a chance to buy or add another portion of that leading name and invest more into your biggest winner when the market is coming out of correction. Just a few words about the topping process, because a real top is definitely a little bit harder to see in the market. These pullbacks here, these are not tops, these are corrections, and they are often around 7 to 10%. This year is a real correction. It's more than 10%. This is a very strong correction, so it's more than 20%, and then we speak about a bear market. But the thing is, you always want to monitor your stocks on your watch list and in your portfolio if the market starts to top, because you will see it in your stocks. They will change the behavior. They will produce big down days. The volume will change. You see very little setups to buy at that point. And this gives you clues about the market. And you will see that at every small top here. But in that situation, if the market is starting to correct only very little, you will see not so much selling pressure in leading names. You will see that there is some selling pressures, and after a few days they will get bought again and maybe start a sideways consolidation. But at that time, at a real market top, you see real selling pressure. So stocks are going down very strongly in that situation. I just open NVDA again, and if you now look here at NVIDIA in the when the real market top starts, you see big selling pressure, then a small up move and another big selling pressure, and you can see that the volume is going up very, very strongly in that situation. And this is different because you can see in smaller corrections in the stock market, like here, for example, or like here, NVDA is going more or less sideways. And the volume in that situation is not really high. And this gives you clues about what is going on in the leaders and what is going on in the stock market. And you will see it in all the leading names. So if I, for example, open Ring here, Ring, one of the strongest leaders in the last years, and you can see in this situation when the market corrected or consolidated, this leading name here is going sideways. So there is no huge selling pressure in that situation. But as soon as the market starts to top here, selling pressure is going into the, or is coming into the stock. And you can see that here. You can see that that stock is not able to print new highs. It's going sideways a little bit. And then here, one big down day, so one distribution day. Institutions are distributing their shares into the market, and the volume is increasing. And this is a sign that something is going on in the market. Okay. To sum it up, again, look at the market, start to buy when you have clear signs of a turning point into a new uptrend or into a new downtrend. Look at your watch list, look at your portfolio, see what the leading stocks are doing, and then act accordingly. Okay, I hope that this video helped you to understand when it's the best time to buy stocks and when it's the best time to sell stocks. I know this is very, very difficult and takes years to learn, and a lot of research and a lot of backtesting by yourself. If you are interested in more videos, follow me on YouTube and of course on Twitter. And if you are interested in some trading tips and some insights into my own trading, you can subscribe to my free newsletter. I will send it out every Sunday.